So I'm just waiting on some people to show up. While I get things in order, I've got to go grab one more thing I want to pull up. Let's see. Okay. Just so I have it open, I can pull it up a little bit easier. All right. Let's see. So I'll wait another minute or two. It's pretty early. Um, I'll just check. Let's see. I got one. Huh. Sorry, I'm checking the layouts on everything streaming since this is my first live. Let's see. Well, it told me. No. It told me I was streaming, but I don't see that. Okay, so all right. Well, unfortunately, I can't check how LinkedIn is going to be streaming, and it looks like I have frozen. Oh, no, that was my bad. Okay, so for a second, I thought I had frozen on YouTube, but I had not. Okay, we're good to go. I'm just trying to keep an eye on what you all are seeing at the same time. Okay, there we go. Okay, so everything should be set up. I'll go ahead and get started. I'll probably cut some of this out. I don't know. I'll have to, I'm still figuring out the lives and things. So, all right, so tonight I did want to start off. Let me check my notes here. I do notice that I don't typically describe myself in every video. I did describe myself in the initial video. Just because I don't typically look different. My hair is usually wrangled in some way. But I'll just let you know, most of the news videos, I am wearing this white polo shirt that has my AT Chick logo on it. And the logo is like a denim blue and it says AT Chick, and the C is actually a person in a wheelchair, and it leads into the H. So yeah, I think it's listed a handwriting or something font, which I know isn't totally accessible, but the logo for my company doesn't necessarily need to be. You guys know I can just tell you it's AT Chick, and then I have to explain what AT is most of the time. But I am a white middle-aged woman. I have brown hair with some tendrils of sparkly silver in it, and I'm loving that. Most of the time, like I said, you're going to see my hair wrangled back because it has its own ideas about what it wants to do. It never really listens to me. It is shoulder length, but again, I usually have it tied up or at least tied back if most of it is down. I have brown eyes and I wear glasses with blue rims right now. And I'm not really wearing any jewelry. The only thing I typically wear on the AT Chick white polo shirt is going to be my ATP pin, because I've had my Assistive Technology professional certification for, wow, a really long time, over a decade now. So I've really enjoyed working in this field. It's been a lot of fun. So that is me. And then the intro to my videos typically has, um, at the beginning, it is usually It usually announces, it just says AT and Accessibility Weekly News. It announces the date. I don't know that it announces the episode. Again, I'd have to look back at it. And actually, I think I can look fairly quick here. I just have to hook up my little um, thing. And I'm sorry, I did not prepare for that part. But it usually does a horizontal logo where the AT part is just next to the check part. And then I have a disclaimer as well. And so I also have a disclaimer that I put up because I'm talking about a lot of assistive technology. I want people to know that I'm not necessarily promoting or advertising for that technology. It's just something out there that I run into or I use or I've used with other clients or candidates, whatever they were termed at the time. So I'll just show you what the disclaimer and read what the disclaimer says. It says, disclaimer, this video is for educational and informational purposes only. I am not sponsored by or affiliated with any of the companies or products mentioned or displayed. And if that changes, if they actually start sending me those things, I will, if they start actually sending me those things, I'll let you know if I am, affiliated or sponsored by anybody. But right now I'm not. I'm just talking about assistive technology and accessibility and what's in the news. So let's see. After that, the outro basically says learn about AT and accessibility with me. Thanks for watching, AT Chick. And then it talks about, usually there's a like or subscribe somewhere in there, but then my horizontal logo is there at the end. So that's really all that's playing there during the music. It's not a whole lot of information, but I did want to share the disclaimer with you all and describe myself again because it's been a while since I've described myself for you. And I don't see the need to do it for every video, but if you think that's something that's important to people, I can do that as well. Just I really want I really want to know what you all think because y'all are what's important to me in broadcasting this news. Okay, so let's talk about the update that I do have from a story that I reported a couple of weeks ago. So we've all been worried about Robert Kennedy Jr., the new head of the Health and Human Services Department for the current administration, putting people with autism in a registry, possibly mining Medicare and Medicaid medical records. So that's been pretty scary. However, one state has done something to make sure that they safeguard the autistic residents' medical records amid the federal registry proposal, and that was Illinois. And so Governor JB Pritzker has signed an executive order to safeguard the medical records of autistic individuals in the state. And I'll cover this more in depth on this coming week's news video. I also wanted to go over more of the statistics in the survey that showed that 1/3 of organizations involved disabled, that only 1/3 of organizations involved disabled people in digital accessibility efforts. So from AT Today, which is kind of hard to say, which is based in the UK, a new global survey by Applause revealed that 84% of organizations prioritize digital accessibility. Only 1/3 actively involve disabled people in their efforts. The findings come ahead of the European Accessibility Act, the EAA, deadline in June, which has driven greater adoption of inclusive design practices. But key issues persist, including videos without captions at 32%, screen reader incompatibility at 30%, and poor error alerts at 27%. Although 80% of organizations have now now have accessibility roles or teams, a jump from 52%, so 52 to 80%. So it was 52% in 2022, and so that's a good number, but 68% lack the expertise or resources to continuously test accessibility, and nearly half lack clear processes to prevent inaccessible features from being released. And as someone who worked on an accessibility team in a corporate setting, I will say that this is because the development and design teams often don't contact their accessibility team until after they've released a product, or till right before they've released that product and they want us to test it right before it's released. And they would have a much more streamlined, better, how do I say this? They would stop wasting as much time and money going back to fix things if they involved their accessibility teams at the beginning. Let's just put it that way. So if you set it up accessible in the first place, you don't need to have us test, you don't need to have us come back and say, oh, this is what all is wrong with it, then ignore it and put it out anyway. That seems to be what happened quite a bit in the corporate setting that I was in. There is growing interest in AI automation for accessibility. We know that because DQ mentioned that at AXCON this year. Nearly half say AI already adds value and 40% plan to use it further. However, many fail to include disabled people in AI testing, risking biased outcomes. Most organizations are aligning with WCAG 2.2 standards. While the EAA doesn't apply directly to the UK, it affects the UK businesses operating in the EU. The survey underscores that real progress requires not just compliance, but genuine user involvement and expert testing to ensure inclusive digital experiences. And our group had people like me. I had a coworker who was blind and used several different technologies, screen readers, braille displays, those kind of things. And I did all of the like magnification testing, the voice recognition, and others did keyboard testing and things like that. Let's just say that the AI part is, I mean, right now the automated part already has flaws. So the automated tools that you have that check are going to come through. And I recently attended a webinar, or it might have been an ATIA conference session about this, that they're just not up to snuff even in the automated parts, where you get false positives and false negatives. So that means, it's going to tell you where something is messed up, but it's not really messed up. Or it's going to tell you, oh, this thing is fine, but you can clearly see the color contrast isn't right, or the keyboard tracking is not going in a reasonable order. So this is something interesting to keep watching as well. I just didn't want to do all of the statistics on the news this week, but so I do have the article, and I will put this in the description of the video after it's over. I actually have the survey from Applause. Let me show you. Actually, I probably already had it open, didn't I? Yeah. I already had it open. I just had my notes open with that. But this is the actual survey that you can go look at all of the percentages, quality, and explore additional quality and digital quality insights. So this is from applause.com, and this is the State of Digital Quality and Accessibility 2025 report. So you can get the report in PDF form if you would like, and the website is applause.com. And you should be able to find it there. If not, I will put the link down in the description for you. All right. Now, and I will also put the executive order for Governor Pritzker in Illinois down in the description as well. Now, I thought I'd take some time since the 2025 IAAP, International Association of Accessibility Professionals, certification handbook. I thought we could kind of take a look at that on the screen just to see. Give me a second. I got to get back to StreamYard so I can share it. So I'm going to share the, let's see, share screen. Hi. Okay, this is the candidate and certificate handbook. So this is for people who are wanting to get an IAAP certification. There are a few different ones, and this is the 2025 edition one. And then right here, you'll see under the title that it lists CPACC, which is the certificate that I have. You've got the WAS, you've got the CWPA, which I believe is the CPACC and WAS together, and then you have the ADS. So essentially, this handbook is going to go through how to use the handbook, how to get certified, what the certifications are, steps to certification, and then how to take the exam, exam results and scoring, application and exam policies. And then it talks about your certification once you get it, how you use the credential and find your credential to share. And then there are also certification appeals if you didn't pass the application or you want to request a manual rescoring or review of the exam. It also talks about how to maintain your certification through CAECs and how to earn them, how to track them, organizing and submitting them. You also have how to renew your certification. So you've got requirements for renewal, the renewal fee, and then you have a certification governance, and then a few things at the end like closing notes, glossary, statement of copyright and intellectual property by the IAAP, and then you have an addendum and IAAP certification terms and agreement. So by, I believe it said June 15th, or once June 15th rolls around, when anyone who is going for a certificate or anyone who is renewing their certificate or entering their CAECs in the system will have to acknowledge that they've read this. So I just thought I would take us through and do a quick overview of it. Pretty simple, not much new there. Let's see, let me take a look at my notes here. Oh, I did want to introduce, I did mention this week about Sam at the Blind Life YouTube channel. I wanted to show y'all the channel really quick. He does some great reviews. Let you see what that looks like. And I'll also put that link down in the description once this is over. Let's see. And so, yeah, he recently did a video on how to join the Meta Ray-Ban Early Access Program, but he also does several other videos. He tries out different assistive technologies for people who are blind or low vision. And, you know, I'm just going to subscribe right now. I used to be subscribed. I'm not sure why I was unsubscribed. But yeah, his handle is at the Blind Life, and I really do enjoy watching his videos on assistive technology that he tries. And for the most part, it's going to be assistive technology for people who are blind or have low vision. I tried, he had a booth at ATIA 2024, and apparently I kept missing him because he was right on the way into the hall, and he must have been in high demand. So, because every time I went by his booth, he wasn't there. That or he was exploring new assistive technologies to show you all on his channel, probably. Networking, the usual things you do at a conference. So, yeah, so check it out if you haven't yet. It's a really great channel. And that is all I really have to share for you today, unless I get questions. If you were not able to attend the live, please feel free to post your questions in the comments, and I will check and get back to you either through the comments or on the next live. And yeah, I guess that's it for this week. Thank you for stopping by. Let me remove that. Um, but thank you for stopping by. And I'm still learning more about StreamYard and how to do this. So bear with me. Hopefully I did an okay job today. I will I'll be back next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. to answer any questions, to review the news, to bring any news updates on any of the stuff that we've reported, because sometimes news moves fast. Uh, I would also like to invite you to come and talk to us about any news that you've found, any updates. Yeah, anything that you think would be interesting for the community. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. I'll see you Tuesday morning with next week's Accessibility and Assistive Technology Weekly News.